What is up? Welcome into Driving the Nightline. My name is Alan Bell. We got a fantastic show this afternoon for you. Let's get after it. So good to see everybody. Hope you're doing well. Big Zach said Army and Northern Iowa both look good. Slight underdogs tonight. There we go. I like it, man. Good to see you, man. Big Brian, remember to hit the like button. Yes. Very important. If you're watching on your phone, just grab the screen, pull it down, hit like, pop it back up. I appreciate that. And Brian, good to see you. Everybody make sure, excuse me, go check out Brian's video. PGA Tour this week. Brian did great work on it. Good day, Jeff. Or good day, AB. Good day, Jeff, my friend. So good to see you, man. Zach said, don't let your friends bet on sports alone. Hit the share button. Tell them to come join the crew. Let's win together. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt indeed. All right, let's get into it. So, here we go. All right. Kent State comes through, smashes. Good spot. I'm starting to worry about overs in the Mountain West. Is anybody like running the numbers here? These totals seem high. Now, we had a great game. Grand Canyon, Nevada actually ended up going into overtime. But, yeah, might be shying away from the totals here in the Mountain West. Or just playing unders. I don't know. We're going to find out. But let's get into it. Okay, 2 picks today that I want to add. Manual quickly, over 2.5 threes. We're going to look at this game here in just a second. Don't worry. But I'm all in. Also, San Diego State. All right. Now, I said that I'm shying away. I said I'm shying away from totals in the Mountain West. But I'm not shying away from San Diego State. I'm going to take them 8.5. I'd like 7.5. But I'm going to roll with it here. Big Rich said Portland Pacific over looks pretty good. There we go. Love it, man. What number you got at that? C-Dub, AB, threes. Let's go. Yeah. So, Emmanuel quickly over 2.5 threes. Toronto Raptors. Sorry, I should have said that earlier. Yeah. We're going to roll the Raptors here. We're going to roll quickly over 2.5 threes of the Raptors. Then we're going to roll San Diego State. So, let me pull this up full screen. And let's jump into it because we got a lot to talk about. Pongo, when is the next Air Force basketball watch party? I know. Now, here's the deal. Okay. I'm going to make a deal with you guys. And Rich said 141.5. Beautiful. And he is talking about the Portland and Pacific over in regards to that over 141.5. Thank you very much. All right. I'll tell you what. I'll make a deal with you guys. No crew exclusive tonight because I need to retool it. And I've got an idea that I think is going to be so much more beneficial for the crew exclusive. So apologies, no crew exclusive tonight, but I promise you it's for the betterment. And we're going to make these a lot more fun and a lot more. I've got some ideas that I want to do with them. So no crew exclusive tonight. I appreciate it, though. Hang with me, I promise. And all right, so here's the picks tonight. Manuel quickly, Raptors over 2.5 threes. San Diego State, Mountain West, minus 8.5. Okay. So let's jump in first into the Mountain West. See what we have. Wyoming and Utah State. Wyoming, not good. Now, you're seeing this with these Mountain West teams, and you're seeing it a lot across college basketball, that some of these teams might not have had the strongest non-conference schedule. What do I mean by that? Take a look at Wyoming. You're going to see a lot of 12-8s, 3-6 in the conference, right? Yeah. Now, Utah State, they ain't no joke, man. This team's legit. 14.5, though, is a massive number. Junkie said, who has it better than us? AAB, nobody. I love it. Scotty, Stephon Castle over 7. Assists, minus 112. Beautiful. Brian, I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, so, all right, if anybody has anything on this one, drop that in. I don't. Now, I do have it on Colorado State and San Diego State. San Diego State, 8.5-point favorites at home. Total of 138.5. All right, 8.5 is a big number. Let's just say it what it is. We're looking at, we need San Diego State 10 plus, right? Like we need to be playing comfortable in here. We need to have a 12 to 14 point lead, specifically late. Hopefully we get to the foul line, lock this thing up. Now, I believe in San Diego State. They're legit. I'm not that we're taking a shot at Colorado State by any means. But we need San Diego State to get down tonight. Scotty, do you like the McDonald's McDouble or the double cheeseburger? Great question. I go double cheeseburger. Now, I have nothing against the McDouble. I like the double cheeseburger. And you can usually get them for like a buy one, get one. I get down with it, man. Double cheese, like you are in my range now. When I go to McDonald's, dude, I get 2 double cheeseburgers, chicken sandwich, fries, and a drink. Now, sometimes I'll mix and match. And yes, I did just say that I'm going to eat 3 burgers and yeah, hammer them. Sometimes I'll get McNuggets. But yeah, I'm a double cheeseburger guy, old school. Do you remember the Big and Tasty? Does anybody remember that at McDonald's? The Big and Tasty was where it's at. Yeah, Pogo. Take some of that cholesterol pill, Phil. Jeff said, I go double cheeseburger. I feel you, man. Yeah, dude, Jeff, you're right. Like, the double cheeseburger is money, man. Zach, both should win by double digits, but getting San Diego State down to winning by 2 possessions looks a lot better. Agree with that completely. Any work that you could do on these numbers, I mean, Zach's spot on. Japan says, supersize me, playa. Exactly. Excuse me. What do you guys get to drink when you're at McDonald's? Excuse me. I'm sorry. I keep coughing on the mic. Their sweet tea is fire. I might be going to McDonald's after this show. Oh, my goodness. All right, ACC. Cal and Florida State. Okay. It's Wednesday, and we're flying from Berkeley to Tallahassee now. Be careful of these road swings. When you have these West Coast teams on the East Coast teams on the West Coast, the ACC is all over the place. But Florida State -3.5. I should go to tell you because look, Cal is 15-5, 3-4 in the conference. Florida State 8-12, 1-6 in the conference, and they're the favorite. So, check your injury reports. Be careful in this game. Stanford, Miami. Look at Miami. Donna Shalala in the athletic program getting it going. Good to see the U doing their thing. 16-4, 5-2 in the conference, man. 8.5-point favorites against Stanford. So again, all right, biggest thing to pay attention to, Stanford, California, all the way to Coral Gables. Yeah, tickets as low as $4, Scotty. Good eye. Matty boy, the one I was thinking of was the McDLT. Yeah, dude. That was the one that was hot and cool. And I think that George from Seinfeld was in the original commercial for that. Zach, used to be sweet tea, but can't drink tea anymore, so Sprite. There you go. Reed, tonight I played alternates parlay Murray State. Beautiful. +1.5 with Drake, +5.5 for +111 on DraftKings. I like that. Pogo, Big and Tasty was Whopper's messier younger brother. 1,000,000%. That is the best description, analogy, whatever the proper term is. You nailed it. That's exactly what it was. It was a Whopper. Yeah. That's funny. David, I like Tennessee +2 versus Georgia. St. John -12.5 versus Butler. Let's go. Big David, I love it. My boy, looking good. Yeah, he was. Jason Alexander was in that commercial. Dancing. All right, so that's the Mountain West, the ACC. Let me get the picks real quick. We'll go to the NBA. Emmanuel quickly of the Raptors, over 2.5 threes. We're about to talk about that. -115. And San Diego State, -8.5, -115. Okay, so let's jump in the NBA. Lakers and the Cavs. We're on Luka tonight. Threes. Cavs 3.5-point favorites. Total of 235.5. Now, what do we think about this game? Okay. Take a look at points. Luka, 32.5. Donovan, Spider, 31.5. Both very viable. Both went off. Paul said, and the Big King was a Big Mac. Dude, you're spot on. That's so true. That's hilarious. Rick, LeBron over 23.5 points. There you go, right there. LeBron, 23.5, minus 108. The good Deacon Barnes need to bring the boys to play tonight. Bobby, it's good to see you. And yeah, need the Vols big tonight. Come on, Rick. Deacon Barnes. I like that. Jared Allen, 16.5 points. Jalen Tyson, 16.5. DeAndre Hunter, 13.5. Rui Hachimura, 11.5. What about threes? So we talked about this morning. One at Donovan Mitchell, but minus 140 is too much. We're on Luka here. What about Rui? 2.5, averaging 2 per game. Excuse me. LeBron, 1.5 threes plus 102. Anybody jumping on that? Bulls and the Pacers. We do not have a player prop breakdown on that. If you have any plays, let me know. Nothing from me in this game. Bulls minus 2.5 here. Total 235.5. Hawks and the Celtics. Where are we going? Celtics, 6.5 point favorites. Excuse me. Total of 231.5. Is it Dyson Daniels time? I was waiting on that in the chat. All right. Pogo, Bulls, Jalen Smith, 7+ rebounds. Beautiful look. Rich, Jaylen Brown over 29.5 for the Celtics. There we go. Junkie, you feeling the Celtics here? Yeah, I kind of am too. Matty boy, a little bit of a work fire going. Got to jump, catch you in the Discord. Hey, handle it, my man. Best of luck, buddy. Hope it's not too bad. All right, let me pull this up. All right, Knicks and the Raptors. Okay, Raptors. Gosh, I'm so sorry. I can't catch my voice. Raptors minus 1.5. Total of 221.5. All right, so we're already on your boy here, Manuel Quickly. Now, let's take a look at points. We're on Manuel Quickly threes. We'll get to that in a second. Jalen Brunson is live here, man. But what are we going to get out of the Knicks? I'm interested to see what we get tonight. Brandon Ingram, 20.5 points. Karl Anthony Towns, 19.5 points. Scotty Barnes, 17.5. Emmanuel Quickly, 16.5. OG Anunoby, 15.5. RJ Barrett, 14.5. Mikal Bridges, 14.5. Sandro, 11.5. Josh Hart, 10.5. Anybody see anything you like there? Scotty says Jalen Brunson threes. Hey, good. Perfect transition. Brunson over 2.5 threes, minus 135 tonight. So you kind of have to make a decision there. Junkie says, how's the weather in Tennessee today? Hopefully better, a lot better, man. It's like 32 degrees. Finally getting all the snow and ice out of the way. How about you? You doing all right? How's everybody doing? Anybody still dealing with it? We got some areas in Nashville still out of power. The problem happened. You know what the problem was? Well, number one, I mean, you know, the state is just not fully prepared, but quite frankly, they did a great job. What really got the weather for us, and it could be the same way where you are, is like there's a lot of willow trees, right? So the willow trees would fill with snow, and then it would ice over, and then the trees would just collapse on themselves. And I'm sure that happens everywhere, right? We don't get much snow here. I definitely don't get much ice or anything, you know. So, yeah, our poor trees here across the city, like there's just stuff down everywhere. Gee, I live in Montana. We'll be dealing with it for 2 more months. Yeah. So that's also the thing, is that I don't want to sound like a big wuss because, yeah, like there are folks dealing with real weather in the real terrain, baby. And shout out to Montana. Hey, shout out to you. Beautiful. Yeah, Junkie, you just said it right there. Dude, Montana, Wyoming. I love it. Love it. So, yeah, you guys are dealing with real weather. I don't want to make it sound like we're too bad, but we're getting through. Us rookies, we're getting through. All right. Yeah, threes. Okay, so Emmanuel quickly over 2.5 minus 117. We're on that one. I think I think we got a shot tonight. I think this should be a good game. Mikal Bridges 1.5. That's unplayable. 169. Landry's unplayable. OG's unplayable. Ingram's 135. Anybody going Carl Anthony Towns? Yeah. All right. Spurs and the Rockets. All right. We don't have a player prop on this one, but this is going to be a good game too. Where are we going? Rockets 2.5-point favorites at home. Total 220.5. 220.5. We get down on Stephon Castle. Assists 7+. I like it. Ooh, this is gonna be this is probably gonna be the best game of the night. All right, let me get the picks back up here and get something else for you. All right, Emmanuel quickly over 2.5 threes minus 115. San Diego State and quickly is with the Raptors minus 115. San Diego State college basketball Mountain West. We're gonna take a minus 8.5. Paul said alternate line 1.5 threes for Karl Anthony Towns and Josh Hart on points, rebounds, and assists. 23.5. Paul, beautiful work, man. I love it. All right, let me start that one. Appreciate you on that big time. And anybody else had any plays? Yeah, drop those in for sure. All right, alternate line 1.5 threes for Karl Anthony Towns and Josh Hart on points, rebounds, and assists. 23.5. Beautiful work. Okay. Now, I have an exercise for all of you. Okay. We're going to be live tomorrow. I mean, normal times, 10 a.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Eastern, right? But tomorrow, for the show, you have a homework assignment. That's right. I'm giving you homework. Your homework is this. Top 25 of college baseball. Okay? Your homework for tomorrow is I want you to put together your 8 teams that you think have a good shot at going to Omaha. This isn't a final bet. This isn't anything like that. I promise that the exercise, we're going to do it for a reason. But I want to see where you're going with your top 8. So let me go through this college baseball. It starts February 13th, okay? We don't have games or anything like that up yet, but I just want to introduce it. We're going to introduce, walk through it, take a look at some projections, okay? And let's come tomorrow with 8. Now, again, doesn't mean that we're placing, doesn't mean not, if you want to go ahead and place it, to make it, do it. But I want to start with the exercise of where we're at. Okay. Junkie asks, what are the odds typically on the top 25 making it? Very high. Very high. It is a sport that absolutely lends to the rankings. Austin, sorry I'm late. It took me 45 minutes to drive to my office. Yeah. Yeah. Glad you made it there. All right, so here's your top 25. Okay. LSU, number 1. Georgia Tech, number 2. Tennessee, number 3. Arkansas, number 4. UCLA, number 5. Mississippi State, number 6. Oregon State, number 7. Texas, number 8. Florida State, ranked 9th. Auburn, 10th. TCU, 11th. Florida, 12th. Oregon, 13th. Virginia, 14th. Georgia, 15th. Okay. 16th, Louisville. Coastal Carolina, 17th. North Carolina, 18th. Vanderbilt, 19th. Clemson, 20th. UC Santa Barbara, go Gauchos, 21st. NC State, 22nd. Southern Miss, 23rd. Miami, look at Miami, 24th. And East Carolina, 25th. So that's your top 25 starting out the season. Now, I'll pull this full screen. Well, no Vandy. Or Vandy 19th. Sorry, 19th. Yeah. Where's Vandy? So Vandy's 19th right there. All right, so that's your top 25, okay? Now, we'll go through as we lead in more in depth on these teams. Okay. But for the exercise to get us all started, because let me say, I want all of us, we're going to enter the season on the same page, whether we've all done it for years or it's your first year. We will all be doing this together. Okay. And that's what makes it fun. That's what absolutely makes it fun. So, like I said, we don't have to make any decisions, but just a little homework assignment. And I took this from D1, and we are huge D1baseball.com fans. Love Perfect Game too, but D1, great people. Okay. Now, who picked which teams and what? The 2026 way too early, 8 for Omaha. This is all in fun. And that's what the exercise that we're all going to do for tomorrow is about. Okay. Having some fun, teams that you like, teams that you think, hey, man, they could be pretty good. And again, we'll go through real breakdowns of key additions, NIL, transfer portal, all of that. We'll absolutely go through all that. So I know that you're looking at it right now saying, man, it seems vague. We're keeping it vague. We've got plenty of time, and there are a lot of teams going through it. So kind of give it an idea. Kendall Rogers, our good friend over there, D1, all right, has Georgia, LSU, North Carolina, Oregon State, TCU, Texas, Tennessee, and UCLA. Okay. So again, like I said, don't take this as, hey, let's, this guy's an idiot, or whatever. That's not the point of it. But the point is that we want to identify just some teams that we like, all right, to start the year. So again, our top 25, you can see it right there. Now, let's take a look at some odds. And this is to win the College World Series. So again, we're certainly not placing any of those right now. Okay. However, this kind of gives you an idea going off of the rankings and the same deal. LSU, your lowest odds, plus 700. That was weird to say. Arkansas, 11. Again, this is to win the College World Series, but it just goes to show you. The question was asked in the chat about top 25 teams, and it's pretty standard, right? Arkansas, UCLA getting a lot of love. Georgia getting a lot of love, plus 1,400. Texas, plus 1,500. Mississippi State, plus 1,800. Tennessee, plus 1,900. North Carolina, 1,900. Vanderbilt, you see it 2,000s. Florida State, 2,200. Coastal, 25. Georgia Tech, A&M, Oregon State, Auburn, Florida. Now, I want you to notice two teams on this list that you don't see here. Okay? Texas A&M and Florida. Now, anybody that was with us last year throughout college baseball, these two teams were absolutely a problem to figure out. And it's going to be the exact same way. Those are going to be our problem programs, because here's why. They have enough talent to win a national championship. They do. It's Texas A&M and Florida. They can recruit with anybody. But man, Texas A&M 2 years ago makes it the national championship against Tennessee, loses. And then their staff went to Texas, and one guy came back. And last year was a mess. Remember, Texas A&M started the season ranked number 1 overall. Didn't even make it to the tournament. In Florida, I don't even want to get started on what's going on with their coaching staff and situation. It's just bad. I started following you last year during college baseball because you're the only dude on YouTube who does. Respect. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. And you know what? And I hope that more do. You know what I mean? Because it's such a great sport, and we all have a ton of fun. So yeah, anybody that's new out there who might be seeing this show for the first time, I promise you, we're gonna have a blast going through college baseball all year. And I really appreciate you saying that means the world for sure. It really does. Also, give me Coastal Carolina because I need to feel something. There you go. Brian, are A&M in Florida banned like Duke? They might enter the season on the pre-banned list. What do we do with Duke baseball? Because I love them. Hey, we got one back there at the end of the year. Anybody remembers that? We got one back from Duke. In what, the regionals? Yeah. So anyways, okay. So I bring that up as tomorrow. And look, you know, not everybody has to like, if you don't want to, you're fine. However, if you want to, I highly encourage it because I'm going to bring mine as well. I'm not bringing mine today. I'm bringing mine tomorrow, just like you all are. All right. Because I want to do them all at the same time. But I can tell you, LSU is, look, I don't have to tell anybody anything. LSU is fire. They're reigning national champions, and rightfully so. And they're going to have hitting, pitching, all of it. Georgia Tech. This is going to be a let's see and believe. That's a high ranking right there, man. 2. Tennessee comes in at 3. New head coach. Tennessee's former head coach, manager, Tony Vitello, now manager of the San Francisco Giants. So much love to my man TV. But Tennessee's replacing some cats. And this recruiting class that Tennessee just brought in, let me just say, the new coach was the recruiting coordinator. So yeah, he kept the class. He got the job. Arkansas, you know what you're going to get out of them, and we won't go through every team. Like I said, we'll do a proper preview to start it. But again, like with the transfer portal and all that, we're going to have to do a little. It's like college basketball. You're going to have to do a little bit of a trial and error. Paul, question: does NIL affect baseball player and where they end up like football and basketball, or do most good players stay put? No, it absolutely no. They're getting to the same point now. It's not as well. Let me say it's at the same point. Yes, it is. Yep, it is. So that's what makes it difficult. I didn't want to say that it's at the same level, but it is. It absolutely is, man. We've reached the NIL level of that. So yeah, that's why we see it, man. You're going to see a lot of movement at the beginning of the year, and again, the non-conference schedule. I mean, we don't have any games or anything to bet on yet. Obviously, we got a couple weeks, but just wanted to introduce that, and we'll go through like full breakdowns for sure. But man, LSU is going to be fire. Tennessee is going to be young and interesting. Arkansas is going to be really good. UCLA is getting so much love. Karen, good afternoon, AB and crew. War Eagle, yes, look at Auburn, ranked 10th. Auburn's going to be a great baseball program. We saw it last year, coming up big time. Same thing with Georgia, right below him. You see him at 15th. Yeah, no doubt. Oregon, a fun team. Now, okay, so Florida 12th. So we do see them on the rankings list. Apologies. Florida, now it doesn't change what we were talking about. Like, they're going to be so difficult to figure out. But I don't know if any program in college baseball has a better recruiting spot than Florida. Now, I'm not saying that that's the best program. I'm not saying it's the best facilities. I'm not saying any of that. But recruiting to Florida baseball, that's an easy one to say yes to. Oh, my goodness, man. And so what I'm getting at is that it's been a wild situation with the coach in the last few years and, where this program, which is a legendary program, like they're going to finally get themselves back in it. Full season, not doing a half year of being terrible. What Florida's done the last 2 years. And I'm not speaking ill of them. Any Florida fan will tell you the exact same thing. This team has so much talent. It's disgusting. There's just been a problem the last 2 years. Something internally. It's just been weird. But I can't wait. Well, Lambo, Livy Dunn recruiting for LSU like she is for the Pirates? Probably. If I were Jay Johnson, 100%. You know she is. LSU stole a pitcher from Tennessee. If Livy, if I find out, I'm just kidding. I mean, I would be using those connections as much as I could. Let me just tell you this. Anytime, and I can tell you for a fact, anytime Tennessee has any kind of big recruit, Peyton Manning comes in. Right? Like, use anything you have. Like, hey, would your parents like to meet Peyton Manning? Yeah. All right. Emmanuel quickly over 2.5 threes of the Raptors. Minus 115. San Diego State minus 8.5. Minus 115. I'm having to shy myself away from the Mountain West totals. We're just gonna go to a Mountain West spread. Junkie, yeah. She travels all the time with Paul, sit next to her and comes again. That's awesome. Dude, that's cool, man. And everything that we're saying about it, like, not saying anything negative or gross or anything, like, no, that we're not saying any of that. Not that anybody thought it, but just making it absolutely clear. It's absolutely a recruiting tool. And the cool thing is that she, Livy's a student athlete from LSU as well, right? Like, she loves her program, loves her school. Yeah, all of it. Dude, that's cool, man. My boy is stoked. She's very nice. See, I love that. She seems awesome. And I mean, obviously, I don't know. I don't know these people, but yeah, dude, Livy Dunn and Paul Skeens seem great. So yeah, definitely. And all schools use your athlete celebrities in recruiting. All right, Emmanuel quickly over 2.5 3. San Diego State minus 8.5. Okay, we'll get out of here. No crew exclusive tonight. Like I said, let me put this together, and I think we're going to have a lot more fun with it. All right, everybody have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night. Be live tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, but until then, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets, and we'll see you soon. Thanks. Who's got it better than us? Nobody!